Everybody, a special web edition for you. I'm meteorologist Jeff Ray. This is time lapse this morning, 7:35 a.m. We'd already gone a round of rain. There's dense fog advisory out for the morning hours. Dense fog advisory was lifted at 7. And let me show you how good the timing is at the National Weather Service. These guys sometimes just brilliant. It showed that, we knew a west wind would start picking up. And as soon as the west wind started picking up, that is when the clearing started. And you can see how quickly it just cleared away. And then no fog, blue sky, rain gone. This is a live shot Fort Worth. Temperatures in the upper 50s as we're recording this here in the later morning hours, mid 50s in Dallas. And we look at Clyde Warner Park and it's starting to dry out. Temperatures are going to get up into the upper 60s by 2 p.m. We're forecasting a high today, 70 degrees with a west wind 20 to 30 miles an hour. Yeah, so there's a wind advisory out for the rest of the day all the way to 6 o'clock. The worst of the wind will probably be mid-afternoon across the afternoon, already starting to pick up in our western counties. Let me run the forecast up, and this is at 2 o'clock. And you can see we got winds steady at 30, gusting close to 40. And out to the west where there's some fire danger from Breckenridge, Graham into Bridgeport, Mineral Wells, fire danger here, grass fire danger, because the winds will be steady over 30 miles an hour, and there wasn't a whole lot of rain with the rain that came through here in the overnight morning hours. Now, there's a weak front coming through. Actually, behind it, the winds will turn more to the northwest. We'll have a cooler day tomorrow, but on the big picture, you can see this band of rain that came through in the morning hours. You might have heard it come through. There was some thunderstorms, especially just off to the east of the Metroplex, but it's going to be a rough weather day out to the east. More about that because we're just clearing out and we've got a great weekend in store for us. Now, that little bit of rain that came through, 2/100 of an inch of rain at Love Field, 1/100 at Meacham. Terrell, you got a little bit more rain, almost 1/4 of an inch, well, under 2/10 at least, but it was some rain. The big rains today are going to be Arkansas, across the Tennessee Valley, across the deep south. This bullseye right here, widespread severe weather expected, even the possibilities of tornadoes here in the afternoon hours out in Mississippi. So flash flood warnings and watches are already issued, but it's quite the weather day. This is a strong storm moving across the Central Plains. Now it's passed through here. Like I said, we got a sunny weekend in store for us. Blizzard conditions up in Kansas and heavy snow anticipated up into Iowa. Meanwhile, severe weather and flooding across the deep south on the warm side of this and into the Tennessee and Ohio valleys. Future sky forecast, I'll stop it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Look at the heavy snow and the big winds going on. Kansas, Nebraska, just terrible weather up there. And this is that severe weather. I think at 3 o'clock we have tornadoes going on in Mississippi and western Tennessee, certainly the threat of that activity. As we get later into the afternoon and evening, the threat shifts over to Nashville and into Birmingham, up and towards, well, past Louisville, but into Frankfort. We're going to see these strong thunderstorms stretch all the way up to the Ohio River, I bet, into Cincinnati. Meanwhile, the heavy snow is going to move from Iowa into Wisconsin. So temperatures today, I think some areas will hit 70 degrees. And on the other side of that cold front tomorrow, despite the sunshine, temperatures will probably stay in the upper 50s to around 60 degrees. Still a wonderful day in store for us. It's a nice end to meteorological winter. Actual spring doesn't start till later in March, but we, as meteorologists and climatologically speaking, we always end winter on the last day of March. And look at these highs. Typical high this time of year is in the low 60s. We're going to be above that Monday through Wednesday. Then a weak front comes through, gives a slight chance of rain as we end the month with some slightly cooler weather. 7-day forecast also shows with that front ahead of it and behind it, there's going to be a little bit of rain chances. So we go from the 60s on Wednesday, near 70 degrees, to in the 50s on Thursday with these rain chances. And this is the last day of February and the first day of March. We got temperatures into the 60s. Meanwhile, no talk of freezes, by the way. If you're like me, you're gardening, wondering when to put in your plants that are vulnerable to frost. It really does look like now that the first week of March will be on the cold side. So don't rush ahead like we're always prone to do. Anyway, that's the latest on weather. Please join us at 11 o'clock for even more of the weather forecast and Jeff Jamieson this evening. Have a good day.